Hey, I'm Sage, and I'm excited to introduce you to my six-figure wheel of profitability for women coaches and speakers to help you make your first 100,000 or 250,000 or to even grow toward seven figures in your business without hustling, without pushing, or endless posting on social media. But instead, by getting the tools to really build a purpose-driven, freedom-based business that allows you to do the work that you love and even work part-time as you coach, lead, heal, or mentor people without burning out. And maybe you feel like you should be further along by now. Maybe it just feels harder than it should be. And you imagined more time to travel and more time with loved ones. Maybe you imagined more time with your kids or time to attend trainings and retreats that you love, more freedom. And social media might feel super overwhelming. The fast pace of TikTok and Instagram, maybe you're taking every single one-on-one client that you possibly can, and you're never quite getting ahead. If any of this sounds like you, stay with me because there is a path, and it does not require you to betray yourself. You can be true to yourself and have a profitable and thriving business. You just need a proven plan. Over the last decade, I've had the honor of training thousands of women to build to six figures, many to 250,000, and dozens have crossed over into the seven-figure zone. And inside my own company, Women Rocking Business, we've done between $4 and $6 million a year. We've done over $40 million total. And what I want to give you today is a really clear plan based on the last decade of my experience to move around what I call the wheel of profitability. Because every coaching business moves through very clear phases. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see is that we tend to try to copy people and coaches online who end up being in a totally different stage than where we are. It's kind of like trying to swim upstream when the river already knows the way. You don't need more force. You just need to know where you are on the wheel and what steps to take next to keep growing your business and finding your clients. So there's 4 phases. Phase 1 is what I call the vision phase. This is where you catch a vision for your business. You enroll your first few clients. You do your first $10,000, $50,000. Phase 2 is the fire of inspiration phase. This is where your confidence builds, you're taking the stage, and you've got to keep stoking that fire of your own inspiration so you can keep growing to $100,000 and feeling more free. And phase 3 is about creating an ongoing flow of impact and lasting sustainability. This is where you expand to the multi-six figures, to $250,000 a year and beyond. And phase 4, this is where you dial in the systems to leave a legacy. You step into a higher level of influence and you scale a business to 7 figures and beyond. Okay, so now I want to slow down and really lay out all 4 stages in depth so that you can clearly see where you are on the wheel of profitability and what strategies are going to support you to keep growing smoothly and sustainably around that wheel to the next level of your success. So I've always found my spiritual guidance out in nature. And I've also discovered that when I teach business principles through the lens of natural and elemental principles, my clients are able to more easily relate to the steps of growing a business. So let's start in the East. This is where the sun rises, right? It's the vision phase. This is the phase where you might be making anywhere from nothing, 0, up to like 50K a year. This is, again, where you harness the power of your vision and you're really learning to share what you do in a way that magnetizes your first few clients. And so to get to your first 50K, there's a few skills that you're really developing. You're speaking confidently on events and virtual events and videos. You're selling in a way that's inviting and not convincing. And then you're serving intentionally and knowing who those services are for. And then you're starting to get visible out there online and on social. being authentically yourself, and then getting strategic about really reaching your clients online. Now we move around the wheel into the South. And this is the 50 to 100K per year range. This is where inspiration and action live. And if you've made it to the stage, congratulations. Most of the data will tell you that less than 20% of coaches ever reach this stage. And this stage can feel really intense. It often feels like you're doing everything all by yourself, and you likely may be. And so this stage is about getting supported so you understand exactly which income producing activities you're taking to stay in action and then to keep growing big enough that you can bring on your first 1 or 2 solid team members, because we all know we can't really do this alone. And then we move around the wheel into the West. And this is the flow phase. This is the water phase. This is where you're making 100K a year, multiple 6 figures a year, 250K a year, and things are really starting to feel different. Now there's more movement, there's more impact, and more support. This is where you have more resources to begin to hire more solid support, right? Client care and more solid tech support. Start to build your team, learn to delegate so that you can begin to truly step into your zone of genius, doing the things that you love the most. And so what you need to reach and sustain this level is an offer that truly sells itself. And from there, everything opens up. You get to move out of scrambling and into flow and create a business that's really a lifestyle business and that generates a lot more impact and a lot more freedom. And now we get to move all the way to the top of the wheel, up into the north. This is the earth phase. This is where you get to rest into structures that really support you and allow you to scale. This is where you're making anywhere between 250K a year up to $1 million a year, and your business begins to operate without you. This is where you get to step into the place of being a true influencer in the world, leave a legacy, and build a life of lasting financial freedom. Because here's the truth. You can get your business off the ground with personality and talent, but you cannot keep growing, especially toward and beyond 6 figures and toward 7 figures, without proven funnels and frameworks and repeatable delivery. And that's where real, lasting financial freedom lives. And it's been my honor to help thousands of women cross this line into higher levels of income and impact. So a little over a decade ago, I left my job as a school teacher and a wilderness guide, and I went deep into the healing and coaching world. I got trained to teach yoga, energy work, somatic practices. I loved it all. I grew so much personally, but when I tried to build a business, I didn't know how to find my clients. And no matter how many certifications I got, my business still didn't grow. But then I had a vision. And I created my vision board. I was ready to build a business serving women around the world without sacrificing my life. I dreamed of working part-time, taking the stage, traveling, leading retreats in places like Bali, Sedona, and Maui. And now I am living that vision. Like I mentioned, I have a multi-7-figure transformational speaking company. I get to live next to the sea in Santa Cruz, California, and have time for rest and travel and impact. I partner with philanthropic organizations to empower young women and prevent violence against girls. I've had the honor of taking my team to India and Uganda. And now I wake up every day to a life that I love. And if I can do this, and if so many of my clients from all over the world, all different ages, from all different backgrounds, if they can do this, so can you. And so if you are a woman who's ready to grow toward that 100,000 a year and beyond to multiple 6 figures a year or 250,000 a year, I'd like to put a stake in the ground for you to know that it's not only possible, it's actually probable when you say yes to getting support, to taking yourself really seriously, to being the light that you are. And I'd love to share just a few stories that may really inspire you to know that you have everything that it takes and that we can get you there. Trisha Nelson, oh my gosh, I love this woman. Trisha came to us with a business doing deep transformational work with women, helping them heal from emotional eating. But what she really craved in her business was freedom. She was craving the ability to travel, but still do meaningful work with her clients. And so she used our virtual speak and sell system to build her sustainable business to over $500,000 in revenue per year while maintaining impact and now a ton of flexibility. She's able to travel all over the world with her partner. She goes back and forth to Europe, and she still gets to show up for a business that she truly loves. And I cannot wait to tell you about Susan Pierce Thompson. She came to us as a university professor with 3 young children at home and a powerful science-based system to help people lose weight, and she knew she was ready to reach a lot more people. Susan had already transformed her own life from addiction and struggle to thriving health, and she was ready to really turn that into her next level of business. We helped her get all the systems in place for speaking and then really getting team support. And within a year, she grew into 7 figures. And today, she's a multiple times New York Times bestselling author. She's able to retire her husband. She leads an incredible movement of people losing weight in a healthy way. Susan's become an amazing friend. She's an amazing mom. And I'm so impressed with who she is in this world. And I have to tell you about JC Mayers. She's such a star, an incredible woman leader from Barbados. And she came to us knowing she didn't just want to work with private clients. She wanted to work with groups and organizations. And JC has an incredible life story. After having her baby, she lost her husband in a tragic accident. And as a new single mom, she made a deep commitment to herself to provide for her family. Using our speak and sell system to grow her business, she's now landing $50,000 and $75,000 contracts, training organizations and groups in the areas of leadership and mental health. She's making such an incredible difference in the world, and I'm so proud of her. And so, if you're a coach or a mentor or a woman who truly wants to help people transform, and if you want to build a business, confidently speak and sell and serve clients and make great money doing it using proven frameworks that you can really rest into, this is what we do on our virtual campus at Women Rocking Business. We start by helping you build out your transformational high ticket program, your marketable offer, something that people really want and are really ready to pay you for. And then we help you dial in a client attracting talk, so that when you speak and when you put your marketing materials out there, the right potential clients are already trusting you and leaning in. And from there, we support you step by step to build out the right client funnels so you consistently have the right people coming your way who are going to become your ideal clients. And so here on our virtual campus, we've really cracked the code on a highly experiential done with you system, which means that we're live with our clients every single week. This is not a program where you're left alone watching a bunch of videos and trying to figure it out on your own. So this really is a clear step-by-step pathway that you can really rest into for a full year with support and hand-holding and guidance and sisterhood to get real momentum. And we intentionally only work with a limited number of clients each year, women who are truly committed to building a business that serves and is set up to grow to 6 figures and then toward 250,000 and beyond if you want, without working around the clock. So here's your next step if you're interested in hearing more about what it would look like to work with us. Just click the link in the description below, and I'll send you a simple document that explains how we support our clients inside the Women's Business Academy. And from there, you'll have the opportunity to connect with one of our awesome women rocking business coaches who can answer any questions that you might have. This is a no pressure exploration call, just clear information so we can explore together what this might look like to work with you. So again, if you're curious at all, I invite you to click the link below, and we would love to hear about your vision for your business, explore any challenges that you're having, and really see if it might be a good fit to partner with you and help you build the business of your dreams.